How's it going, everyone? Today we got a story time of a spoiled kid who gets destroyed by the teacher. I know you'll enjoy today's video, so sit back, relax, subscribe if you're new, leave a like on the video to claim your free nothing, and with that being said, let's just jump right into it. So we're going to call the subscriber who submitted today's story Tommy. So anyways, right, this all happened one day in Tommy's class. So in Tommy's class, there was a spoiled kid who was a massive jerk. We're just going to call him the spoiled kid. I think the title said spoiled jerk. Same thing, right? So yeah, the spoiled kid was just notoriously just not a good kid. He did believe, because, he had access to more money than other people, that he was just inherently better. Yes, because father runs the bank. Yes, his father owns all the banks ever. True statement. Because of that, then, everyone should bow down to me. Like, bro actually believed in the caste system. Okay, I don't know if that's actually true, but he definitely acted like he still believed in, like in the early, like the 1700s, like the what was that called? Like with the feudal lords, the feudal system, where it's like you got the kings and the peasants. Yeah, but this kid would literally unironically call people peasants in class. So he was one of those kids. So yeah, sure enough, right, the spoiled kid he's just one of those kids. But anyways, this all happens one day when the spoiled kid is in class. And it's kind of towards the beginning of the year, and Tommy is in the same class as the spoiled kid. When Tommy saw the roster of the kids in his class, he was like, all right, valid. Ah, hell no. That's when he saw the spoiled kid. He's like, nah, dude. But yeah, there's also a girl in this class who we are going to call Ava, right? That's just a standard name I've gone to on the channel. Anyways, right, so yeah, sure enough, right, Ava was in his class, and she later on would be the demise of the spoiled kid, as you will see, which you'll love to see it. But anyways, they get to class, and the spoiled kid sits immediately next to Tommy, and in Tommy's mind, he's like, oh, dude. Yeah, so I think Tommy and the spoiled kid went to, like, the same birthday party for someone, like, 7 years ago. Therefore, they are best friends. Believe it or not, if you're acting like an entitled jerk and unironically calling people peasants, you may or may not have the most friends. You know what I mean? So yeah, anyways, right, in this class, the spoiled kid sits down next to the subscriber, and the subscriber's just really confused on what's going on. So the subscriber looks at the spoiled kid, and the spoiled kid's like, dude, like, what's up with this class, man? And, like, the subscriber's like, what do you mean? He's like, so crazy that she's giving us homework, right? It's been like 2 weeks, by the way. I totally get it if it's like the teacher gives you homework on the first day of class. I'm not going to lie, that's kind of annoying. But I don't know, man. I feel like once you're like 2 weeks into class and you get homework, you can't really be that mad, because, like, what are they going to do? Never give you anything, bro? Like, really? I don't know, man. But anyways, right, so sure enough, the spoiled kid is like, dude, so ridiculous. I hate to see it. And, the subscriber's like, yeah, okay, sure. And the spoiled kid's like, dude, oh, so can you imagine, like, can you believe, like, the peasantry in this class? LOL. And the subscriber's like, what? I mean, he's acting as if the subscriber isn't like everyone else. Like, the spoiled kid is the only one in that position of, like, extreme money, right? The only one. It's not like the subscriber is, like, struggling financially either. Like, he's doing fine. Like, his family's like, it's whatever. He's doing fine, right? However, what is true is that, he's not like the spoiled kid. And this subscriber also knows that if he wasn't sitting right there, and if the spoiled kid happened to choose another random person to talk to, that he would have lumped him in with the quote-unquote peasantry, right? But yeah, anyways, right, so the subscriber is kind of just looking at the spoiled kid like, what do you even mean, bro? Like, I don't even know what you're saying right now. Or kind of just, I don't know, the subscriber isn't trying to, like, make a fight with the spoiled kid, because he's like, you know what? It's only one day of class. Like, I can just survive dealing with the spoiled kid for just a little bit longer. But yeah, sure enough, the spoiled kid just is like, yeah, man, like, the peasantry in this class is ridiculous, bro. I don't even know how you deal with it. And, like, I don't know. It was, like, so obvious that the spoiled kid would have said the exact same thing to someone else and would have said that about the subscriber. But yeah, anyways, like, a little bit later on, the spoiled kid, once again, in the middle of class, taps the subscriber on his shoulder. He's like, bro. And, and he's like, what? I don't think he snapped or anything, but he was like, yes. And the kid's like, dude, like, I just want to let you know I'm about to riz. I'm about to riz, bro. So you want to pay attention to me. Like, you're gonna want to pay attention. And the subscriber's like, okay, sure, like, whatever. I guess I want to pay attention. That's cool. Okay. And he's like, dude, like, I'm serious. Like, I'm gonna riz so hard. Like, you don't even know what's up. Yeah. So sure enough, right? You know, the subscriber's like, okay, man. He's like, dude, like, I'm just saying, like, you're gonna want to pay attention, bro. And he's like, okay. So yeah, anyways, he watches as the spoiled kid gets up out of his seat and like walks up to the front of the class. And here's the thing, right? The subscriber knew a little bit more information than the spoiled kid did, because the girl that the spoiled kid was walking up to, Ava, was already talking to someone. She was basically in a quasi-relate. She was basically like one nice compliment away from dating this kid, right? It was so like, I don't know. Everyone knew about it except the spoiled kid. And the truth is, if the spoiled kid told the subscriber, oh, I'm going to riz on like Ava, not just like I'm going to riz on anyone, then this, you know, the subscriber not wanting to see some like disaster, I mean, maybe a little bit, but not, you know what? He doesn't want to actually see a disaster. He would have been like, yo, dude, like, it's not going to work. Like, I'm trying to help you out right here. Don't do it. Trust me. So yeah, anyways, right, the subscriber now watches as the spoiled kid is walking up to the front of the classroom and like sits down like, okay, so Ava's even talking to this kid. We're going to call him Ben, right? Ben is already sitting there talking with Ava. They're like talking it up, whatever. And oh yeah, by the way, if you want to tell me how many videos in a row you've watched, I just flashed a comment up on screen. Yeah, binge watching the videos really does support the channel, and I will try and heart a bunch of those comments, like this one. Anyways, right, so, and yeah, tell me what you're doing while watching these videos. Yeah, but sure enough, right, guys, so anyways, the subscriber watches as the spoiled kid walks up to the front of the classroom and is just sits down next to Ava. And Ava's already talking to Ben, bro. They're already sitting next to each other. But it kind of went, there was like 3 seats. Ava was in the center one. Ben was in the left one. So the right one was open. And the spoiled kid sits down on the right one, right? He's like, immediately, he's like, yo. And kind of says it to no one. So like Ava kind of looks over quickly and then goes back to talking to Ben. She's literally talking to Ben right now. And the spoiled kid's like, yeah, I said, yo. And, you know, Ava looks over like, oh, hello there. Hello there. General Kenobi. Sorry. Yeah, so she's like, yeah, like, hello. Yeah, what's up? And he's like, oh, I just wanted to say, yo. And Ava's like, okay, I don't think Ava said "aight" from like the bottom of her throat, right? But I think she's like, okay, cool. Hey, how's it going? The spoiled kid's like, yeah, I was just, oops. And he like opens up his wallet and starts dumping out all the contents of his wallet. And there's like $200 bills in there, which like obviously big bills. Probably should be carrying around $100 bills in the first place. But he's like, oops, oh my God, look at all this money spilling out of my wallet. And she's just like, okay. Like, oh, you dropped something. He's like, I know. I mean, yeah, oh, I dropped something. Oh no. And the subscriber was just watching this whole thing, and this was genuinely one of the hardest things for him to watch. Like, this was genuinely so physically difficult for him to witness, because he's just like, you know, I'm watching a train wreck right now. I'm literally watching a man's life crumble before my eyes. Yeah, so anyways, right, you know, the spoiled kid doesn't understand kind of what's going on here, and so... yeah, the spoiled kid is just like, yeah. Probably in the spoiled kid's head, he's probably thinking, oh my God, like, she just saw all the money come out of my wallet. She must be in love with me. Which, yeah, that's just not the case, bro. I don't know how to say it. Like, she's just obviously, she probably just thought, oh, he dropped some stuff out of his wallet. Who cares? Like, everyone already knew that, like, the spoiled kid's, like, dad owned half the town, bro. Like, they don't care. This isn't new information. This is one thing I've never really understood with a lot of spoiled kids is just, like, they already know, bro. It's like, most people, like, you probably already made it super aware. Like, or at least made them super aware. It's like, we already know, dude. We already know. You feel me, right? But anyways, right, yeah, so sure enough, the spoiled kid just keeps going on, keeps going at it. Is just continuing to be like, yeah, like, oh, yeah, by the way, oh, my dad, he's super rich. It's just like, bro, at a certain point, I don't know how else to say it, but she's just not going to care about that stuff. So yeah, sure enough, right, the spoiled kid is just continuing to try to talk to Ava like this, and I think Ben is starting to get a little bit annoyed because I think Ben is starting to realize like what this kid is up to. And so, anyways, right, Ava kind of turns and starts talking to Ben, and the spoiled kid's like, "Wait!" He literally says, "Oh wait!" Starts crying. No, he doesn't actually start crying, but yeah. So Ava turns around again. It's like, "Yeah," and the spoiled kid is like, "So, what's up with you?" And remember, this is all kind of happening during class. It's super awkward. It's super uncomfortable. But also, like, I think so they were all assigned to do, like, group projects or just to do stuff by themselves. And I think the teacher kind of didn't care if kids were, like, talking by themselves. Like, whatever. If they don't feel like doing the work that they need to do, then they can do it at home, right? Who cares? However, the teacher was also kind of paying attention because they were right there. And this is pretty important for later on in the story. But anyways, right, yeah, sure enough, the spoiled kid is just kind of like is like, hi, just can't like stop like talking, right? So Ava's like, good, thanks for asking. And then turns back to talk to Ben again. And I think the spoiled kid is starting to realize that she's talking to Ben a lot and not talking to him. So, yeah, the spoiled kid starts to realize that she's no longer really paying attention to him. So the spoiled kid decides that the best course of action would be for him to start to attack Ben. Yeah, so anyway, not like physically, but the spoiled kid's like, "Sup, buddy? Like, like, and turns to like Ava's like, is this kid messing with you? Is he like bothering you?" And it's just so awkward because it's like, if anything, he's the one bothering her. She was already talking to him when the spoiled kid sits down, walks over, sits down next to her, and then the spoiled kid tries to talk to her. She very obviously isn't interested, and then the spoiled kid decides that the best tactic, the best way to go about this is to be like, is this kid bothering you? Like, no, you are, bro. I don't know how to spell it more clearly. Yeah, so anyways, right, sure enough, the kids, Ben's like, gives the spoiled kid such a weird look, and Ava's like, no, he's good. Kind of like in a voice indicating that, bro, if anyone's messing with anyone, you're the one messing with, like, me, bro. Like, if we're just being straight up right now. So yeah, sure enough, the spoiled kid is just like, well, that's good. I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't messing with you, because, like, this little buddy over here has nothing on me. That's such a weird comment to make. Comment. Speaking of comment, totally forgot. If you made this far into the video, comment spoiled down below. That'll be the secret word of the day. And also check out the pinned comment in the description as there's links to the Spotify. Please listen on there too, trying to grow on there. Be all like, I know when the guy's there, I'm starting to have a good relationship with the rep. So I'd love to see some nice progress on that. Anyways, right. Sure enough, Ben is starting to get a little upset. The subscriber, what do we call him? Tommy is watching the whole thing. It's just like, this might be the most cringe thing I've ever seen. And that's when the spoiled kid is starting to feel like he's backed off into a corner. The spoiled kid's starting to feel as if like he's starting to lose the fight or whatever. So he, decides to pull the kind of the ace up his sleeve, which was the calling Ben poor card, which is just like the dumbest thing you could ever do. It just makes you look like a massive jerk, and it doesn't actually elevate you at all in any way. But I think the spoiled kid felt as if he was very clearly losing this, and he was like, time to pull out the Hail Mary. He probably didn't think it was a Hail Mary. He thought it was like his guaranteed win, like his guaranteed smackdown, when in reality it was just going to provoke the teacher to annihilate him, which you love to see it. Pretty satisfying. So let's just jump into that part. So sure enough, right, the spoiled kid is feeling backed into a corner right now. So the spoiled kid's like, Ava, why are you hanging around the pores right now? Oh, God, I had to force that out. That was so bad. Guys, we need to, okay, by the way, if you want to submit stories to my Instagram in the description, that's where you submit them. Yeah, when you sit, dude, like, oh my God. The people you go to school with, bro, where are you going to school? Like, this is actually like worst kid ever elementary, bro. So yeah, sure enough, the spoiled kid said more or less verbatim that. And Ben looks over, is like, what did you say to me? Imagine being like, why are you hanging out with the pores? You should hang out with me. And that's when the teacher's kind of been listening in, because, like, I don't know about you, but teachers at my school, at least in middle school, used to love the tea, right? They used to love hearing what was going on with everyone else. And so he's probably listening in, but this was, like, crossing the line. And the teacher's like, spoiled kid, like, what did you just say to your classmate? And the spoiled kid's like, what? I'm just saying that, like, she could totally be hanging out with me and not, like, in Brokeville over here, and points to, like, the kid. And the teacher's like, spoiled kid, like, how much money have you earned? The spoiled kid's like, well, my father. He's like, no. The teacher's like, no. How much money have you earned? He's like, well, so my dad. He's like, no. The teacher's like, I'm speaking about you, spoiled kid. Spoiled kid's like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm speaking about you. Like, how much money have you earned if you're not so broke or whatever? He's like, well, I was saying that my dad. And he's like, no, I'm not talking about I'm talking about you, spoiled kid. And he's like, well, I don't understand. And the teacher's like, you. Like, how much have you earned yourself? And the spoiled kid's like, 0, but screw you guys. He gets up and he just, like, storms out of there. And, yeah, so the subscriber, Tommy, watches this whole thing go down. The spoiled kid stomps right past him, goes to the back of the class, sits there, arms folded over each other. He's super angry. How dare someone give a really valid point? And, yeah, so, Tommy and Ben and Ava go back to talking with each other. Tommy watches on as the teacher basically goes back, sitting back in their chair, doing a little mental victory lap because they just slammed the spoiled kid. And once again, everything was right in the universe. Click on one of the videos on screen right now, and peace.